guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited for today's video. I'm going to be addressing, I don't know what the correct term is, but my Instagram followers make assumptions about me. We're going to be talking about those. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Hopefully it's not a long one. Let's get right into it. One more thing before I start, I just want to talk about this real quick. How freaking cute is this top? It is the new Gymshark. It won't be released by the time I post this video, but I will be announcing on Instagram when it does release, and I'll be doing like a whole Instagram story review of everything. I also have the leggings on in pink, but this top is so cute, and they also have it coming out in leggings. Like, okay, I'm obsessed. I just wanted to show you guys this because I feel like I'll probably get some questions about it. I also love that it still says Gymshark, but it almost looks like it's just like part of the marble. It's not super noticeable. So without further ado, now let's get into the video. Okay, so I'm going to start off by going through and like addressing the most popular, like most frequent assumptions I got, and then I'm gonna do a couple of the ones that I think were like interesting or kind of made me laugh. Okay, this one was probably the most frequently assumed thing, which I kind of find interesting. Also, I can sort of understand, but I really did want to address this one. Your parents are rich and still give you money, or some variation of that. I'm rich, I'm well off, my parents pay for everything. I wouldn't say that I'm like ridiculously wealthy, like we don't live in a mansion with 3 pools and have a butler. My parents do have pretty high paying jobs and are able to provide for my family, me and my sister, and themselves obviously. But I wouldn't consider myself like overly wealthy. I grew up in a suburb of Cleveland, and I would say like upper middle class is what I would categorize my family as. And like pretty much everyone from where I'm at, I would say is like middle class to like upper middle class, but not like extremely wealthy by any means. And as far as my parents still giving me money, I stopped asking my parents for spending money the second I got my first job babysitting when I was in 7th grade. I have not asked my parents for spending money since then. If I buy something, if I go shopping with my friends, if I'm going out to do something, the vacation that I just went on, everything I pay for, all of that kind of stuff myself. My parents do pay for my college tuition and my rent, but groceries, anything I buy for myself that's outside of like living means, I mean, I guess really all my parents pay for right now is my tuition and rent, which obviously is a huge chunk of money, and I'm very grateful that my parents are in the position to do that. But no, my parents, I don't think I'm like a spoiled brat. I've had jobs, like I said, ever since I was in 7th grade, and I don't ask my parents for spending money. I will get some like on birthdays and stuff, but no, my parents are not like handing out crisp $100 bills to me on a weekly basis. I pay for my own gas, all that stuff. I would say I'm not poor by any means, but no, I would not consider myself like extremely wealthy or rich. Another one, you're actually an introvert, or I got a lot of you're really shy. Yes and no. In high school, I was extremely extroverted. Going to college and being around a lot of people that I didn't feel I fit in with made me really introverted, and I still think that I kind of lie on the introvert side of the spectrum, but I can definitely be extroverted. Like when I'm around my friends and people that I know really well, I'm very extroverted. But if I don't know you, I'm very like friendly. If you like were to approach me in public, I'm very friendly. I won't be like but I'm not like running up to people on the street like, hi, my name's Natalie, nice to meet you. I would say I'm more introverted in that respect, but I don't think I'm like a hermit who lives in their room all the time and like has no human contact. I just tend to stick to like my close group of friends, and yeah, I wouldn't say I'm shy, but I'm definitely not like the most outgoing person in the world. Okay, 2 other assumptions that I got along with the I'm really well off that I think kind of go along with that. This one says, do your parents pay for a lot of your stuff? I don't know how college kids buy, or how college kids with no job just buy expensive stuff all the time. Am I missing something here? I have a job, I make a lot. I don't make money off of Instagram, but I sell a workout guide on the internet. I used to coach clients. I am a personal trainer at Ohio State. I make money off of my commission links. I make money off of different sponsorships that I have. So I don't not have a job. It's just not a typical job like I go into work Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 4 to 8. I do a lot of it on my own from my computer, which I absolutely love, and I could not be more blessed that I can make money that way. But like I said, I've had jobs since I was in 7th grade, and up until this year, my job has been like I go into work Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 4 to 8 or whatever it may be. I've had a whole handful of different jobs, from lifeguarding, I was a server, I worked at a country club. Yeah, I have a job, I have an income, I'm not mooching off my parents' money. That doesn't like necessarily make me mad, but it kind of rubs me the wrong way because I do work for the things that I have. I'm not handed everything in my life, and I really hope that I don't come across that way on the internet. Oh, okay. And to go along with all of this, I think this assumption really sums this up well. It says, you've had a lot of privilege and opportunities in your life, but you still work hard for everything that you do. Yes, I'm not going to sit here and say that I did not have a privileged upbringing. I am a white female. That is like the most privileged demographic I could be besides a white male. I'm not going to sit here and say that I have not had opportunities and I've not been privileged, but I work really hard. I try my best in school. I worked really hard for my sponsorships to grow my following, all that stuff. So yes, I've had a lot of opportunities and privileges in my life, but I don't take those for granted and I don't slack off. It's not like everything was fed to me with a silver spoon. I do try, I work really hard, I earn what I have. This one is another interesting one and something that I really wanted to address in this video. You're too good to respond to most DMs. No, I just don't have enough time in the day. I post a story and say I get 20 responses from it, and all those 20 responses are the same things. Half of them go to my message requests, the other half go. I try my best, but I literally just cannot be on my phone all the time. I take 18 credit hours. I have other things to do in the day. I have people to talk to. I would like to spend a little bit of time by myself, de-stressing, unwinding. So I'm sorry if I never respond to your messages. I'm really not ignoring you. I can't keep up. There's too many things in my inbox. There's too many spam things coming in. They just get lost. So if I don't respond to you, please do not take it personally. I'm trying my best, but I just physically cannot get back to everybody that sends me a message. And also something to go off of this is not a complaining. I don't want this to come off in it the wrong way or mean, but a lot of the times, and I talk to other people who are in similar positions as me, and I think that they kind of all feel the same way. If it is a question you can Google it, because no influencer is going to get back to you faster than you can type something into Google and hit search. There are millions of articles out there on basically anything you can think of, and YouTube videos that can teach you how to lift. I post all my workouts for free. I have a video about macros on this channel. There are 100 other people on YouTube with macro videos and full day of eatings and all that stuff. So use your resources wisely, and if you reach out to somebody on the internet and they don't get back to you, don't take it personally. They're probably too busy or didn't see your message. They're not like, oh, I'm gonna read this girl's message who wants some help and totally ignore her. I promise you the information is there. You just have to learn how to search for it, but don't take it personally if somebody doesn't respond to your messages. Next one. You seemed intimidating and had some resting bitch face, but after following you for a while, I love how honest you are. Thank you. I really try not to have resting bitch face. A lot of people told me this. I'm really sorry if I do. I promise I'm not mean. I'm not gonna bite your head off if you come talk to me. I'm gonna be really excited if you come talk to me. That makes my day. I love meeting you guys. So please never be afraid of me. If you see me in public, I'm not mean, I promise. Even if I look like this, it's probably because I'm thinking about something or schoolwork or something that I don't really want to be doing, or I'm just totally zoned out and I don't really realize what my face looks like unless there's a mirror in front of it. So I'm sorry. I'm not intimidating, I'm not scary, I'm not mean, I promise. Okay, next assumption, that you are a 4.0 student and have everything together and motivated AF. No. I'm not a bad student, I do not have a 4.0. I think my cumulative GPA is like a 3.75 or something like that. Chem tanked that a little bit last semester. But I would say for the most part, I get A's and like high B's in my classes. Chemistry, I got a C+, but that was, if you take chemistry at OSU, you know how hard it is and how ridiculous that class was. That caused me more stress than any other school, like any other classes ever caused me in my life. So yeah, and I do not have everything together by any means. 90% of the time, I feel like a chicken with my head cut off. I'm just kind of running around trying to get as many things in the day done as possible, but I by no means have everything together, and I'm not motivated AF. I'm just dedicated to the work that I'm doing and my workouts and providing you guys with good content. I'm not always motivated, but that's when dedication has to take over when you're lacking your motivation. You are secretly self-conscious of your quads. Absolutely not. My quads are probably my favorite thing about my physique. I used to hate my quads. Growing up, I was on swim team, and so everybody at school would make fun of me for having thunder thighs, and I literally hated my thighs. Like, I hated them. But now my quads are like my favorite thing about myself. Obviously, if you can't tell, like, I'm flexing those babies all the time. Love my quads. Yes. You are naturally skinny and have a high metabolism. I love you, just want to know. No, I wouldn't say I was like overweight as a child, but I was never in shape. I was never like skinny. Ever since I could remember, I was trying to be like skinny all through middle school and high school. And then I just realized that being strong and having muscles and all of that is just way more attractive to me than like being skinny. No hate to skinny people out there. Whenever I talk about this, I always get like people coming at me like I'm attacking skinny people. I'm not. I'm just saying that personally, I would rather be like strong and muscular than try to be like stick thin. I know a lot of people can't help that. That's just how their body is. You do you, girl. You look great. But personally, once I shifted my focus from just losing weight and being skinny to like being strong, being in shape, being fit, I was so much happier. I love the way my body looks so much more now than I ever did when I was aiming to be skinny. So no, I'm not naturally skinny, and I do not have a high metabolism. I'm gonna like throw a picture up on the screen or something right here, or maybe I'll just do like a collage of like pictures of me before I was like super into fitness. I wasn't necessarily heavy, but I didn't have like muscle definition. I was kind of chubby as a child. So yeah, no, I'm not naturally skinny, and I do not have a high metabolism. Next assumption, because you're a college student, you party a lot. No. I went to a concert a couple days ago, and that was the first time I have gone out this entire semester. Like, I just do not enjoy drinking. I don't like the way that it makes me feel. I do not like the taste of alcohol. I'm not really into the whole party scene. I mean, I have a boyfriend, and so I don't really need to like go, I don't know. To me, going out in college, and this may be my warped view of it because I've had a boyfriend all through college, but from what I've experienced, a lot of like the college going out scene is also hookup culture, in terms of let's go out to the bars and get really drunk and meet some friends and go home with a boy or whatever. And I'm not saying that everybody does that, because I have plenty of friends who do not do that, but I always kind of felt pressured to like do stuff like that, and so I'm just not really into the whole going out scene. I have a good group of friends that I really like to hang out with. Not to say I don't want to meet more people, but I'm not like really actively searching for a lot of friends, so I don't really go out a lot. I just don't like to drink. I don't like alcohol. Not to say I never do it, but also I never really understood the concept of like going out on a Thursday night to spend your money and get blackout drunk. Like, I would much rather watch Netflix and eat some Chipotle or something and get a good night's sleep and feel good the next morning. The concept of like binge drinking and just like drinking culture in college has never really appealed to me, which was one of the main reasons I transferred from Miami, because that is a huge culture there, and I never felt like I had any other options or could do anything else there. So no, I do not party a lot. The only time I ever really go out is if there's something going on. So for example, I go to Ohio State, so I go out for football games and stuff like that. Like, I'll go to tailgates and watch the games and stuff, or if it's like my friend's birthday. But if you're just casually going to get drunk at the bar on a Thursday, you can count me out. Next assumption, you seem like you would have very extreme OCD and would be controlling in situations. Never been like diagnosed with OCD or anything. I will say I do like have some controlling tendencies. Like, I like to plan things ahead, and sometimes I can get upset when things don't go my way. That is something I'm really working on, but I don't think I'm like overly controlling in situations. And I definitely don't have extreme OCD, maybe like a little bit, but I think that stems more from my anxiety and me worrying about what's about to happen next than it does like, oh my god, everything has to be in the same place and I have to, like, I've never been that way. Next one, you were popular in high school. Not really. I had a good group of friends, but I would never say I was like popular. I don't even know what that means. Like, what do you mean? Was I homecoming queen? No. Did I have a good group of friends that I could rely on in high school? Yeah. I mean, people knew who I was, but I didn't really go to that big of a high school. And I also went to the same school district my entire life. So like, I literally went to school with kids I graduated with when I was in kindergarten. So yes, I knew a lot of people from where I'm from, but I wouldn't say I was like popular, no. You were working towards being able to work with big brands such as Gymshark. Yes and no. When I started my fitness account, my intention was never to grow a following. I never started it to like be Instagram, like be big on Instagram. I started it because I didn't really have a lot of friends at Ohio State. I was spending a lot of time at the gym, and I like to take pictures of myself and post them on my other social media. And then I just kind of felt like people who followed me from high school and stuff probably didn't want to see all my gym selfies and stuff, but I really liked doing it, and I'd followed so many fitness influencers for so long. I just thought it was kind of fun to like have a fitness account, so I started it. And for like the first like 8 months, nothing really ever came out of it. I was like below 2,000 followers. And then May of 2018, so like a little bit less than a year ago, is when it really started to take off. And as my account started to take off and I had different brands reaching out to me, that's kind of when I got in the mindset of I'm not going to put my name on anything I don't really associate with. And Gymshark reached out to me when I was about 30,000 followers just to talk and like send me some stuff. And at that point, once that happened, that kind of became my goal to work towards signing with Gymshark. But when I first started my account, my goal was never to grow a following or have sponsorships. And just one thing I would like to throw out there, I think that if that is why you make a fitness account, to grow followers, to have sponsorships, stuff like that, you are doing it for the wrong reasons. You should be doing it to help people, whether it's 5 people who follow you or 500,000 people who follow you. Your goal should be to help other people, not to profit off of it. I just think that that is really the wrong way to go about it, and people who do that just really rub me the wrong way. Next one, you wish you and your boyfriend went to the same college. Yes and no. Yes, because I hate being away from him, but no, because if he went here, I would literally never get any work done. I'm very invested into our relationship and I love him so much, but I think that I would just like spend too much time with him and not take my schoolwork seriously, nor would I take social media seriously. I think we're in a really good place, and I think that once we can be together, I've kind of mastered all of these things and learning how to be productive with them. That it'll be good, like I'll be okay and be able to handle being with him and also balancing all these other things. But if we went to college together, I don't think I would be as productive or successful as I am, because being away at different schools forces us to have our own lives, to do our own things. Yes and no, I do miss him and I wish he was closer. Maybe I wish he was like went to school in Columbus or like closer to me, but no, I don't wish that we went to the same college. Is that I'm super hard on myself. Yes, I am. This is something I'm really working on. I just need to learn to give myself grace. I'm very proud of myself for all of my accomplishments and achievements at this point in my life, but I am pretty hard on myself. I always feel like I can be doing more and that I should be doing more, and that I'm like letting somebody down in some way, shape, or form. Whether I am or not, I do like beat myself up about that kind of stuff, so that's something I need to work on. I really like this one, and the girl who submitted it also goes to Ohio State. It says, you seem like you're really comfortable talking about anxiety struggles, which that is something not a lot of people can talk about. It's too hard for them. Yes, I am comfortable talking about it because I think it is something that people should talk about more. Like, I don't think it's something that you should be ashamed of, and I think by opening up the conversation, it reminds you that you're not alone in all of this. We're all going through something in some way, shape, or form. And because I put my life out there on the internet, and I don't put my entire life out there on the internet, like there are some things that I don't talk about with you guys, I think it's important to show that even though like this is my highlight reel, that I go through some shit, and yeah, that you're not alone. So yes, I do think that I'm very comfortable talking about my anxiety. This one makes me laugh. You and Tristan have never had problems. No. Never broken up or like taken a break or anything like that. I don't do that shit. If you don't want to be with me, you don't want to be with me. We're not taking a break. Like, what does that even mean? I don't even know. But we've had our fair share of arguments and fights before. But this is one thing that I love about Tristan and that he has taught me, is that like I used to have such a I'm giving up mentality about a relationship when something didn't go my way, or we had an argument, or there was a bump in the road, whereas he just really wants to like work through things, talk it out, be mature. And I just love that about him, that he's willing to learn from our mistakes and experiences we're going through rather than just giving up on me. It's something that I just really love about him and love about our relationship. I've learned so much in the past few years. We have grown so much together because we choose one another every single day, and regardless of if we're having a good day or a bad day or we're going through a rough patch, we choose another every single day, and I choose to love him every day. And I think that that is a huge lesson I've learned in our relationship thus far. If you want something bad enough, you will work hard enough for it. What? It says you have an eating disorder. No. I don't know why you would say I have an eating disorder, because I like publicly talk about how I eat over 2,500 calories a day. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't have an eating disorder. I don't know why somebody would assume that about me. This one is a pretty good one as well. You would rather have a career in fitness / as an influencer than whatever your major is. Up until like a couple months ago, I would have said no, but now I'm gonna say yes. My plan when I graduate is to just kind of see where this all takes me in terms of social media. My major is health sciences, and my initial plan when I went to school was to go to grad school afterwards for physical therapy, which I do think I eventually will do because I don't want to be 40 years old doing social media. I would like to have a career, but I also think this is a great and very rare opportunity that has been presented to me, and I think that I just want to see where it goes from here. Who knows, maybe I'll never go to physical therapy school, but we'll see. This assumption says, I'm insecure about my height. No, I love being tall. I'm 5'10", and I love being tall, like love it. You're naturally super tan. Yes and no. I have pretty olive skin, but in the winter I'm not tan because I live in Ohio and there's like no sun here. So I'm not naturally super tan, but yes, I do have olive skin, and I do tan easily when there is sun around. This assumption, you never thought starting your fitness page would inspire so many people. ... Illy. Illy too? Oh shit, I just dropped my phone, hold on. Yeah, I never thought that starting my fitness account was gonna take off like it did. I'm very thankful that it did, but that was never my intention or thought when I made it. And I'm so happy that I can inspire so many people. That literally just like warms my heart every single day, that by posting my workouts or whatever, I'm helping at least one person out there. That just like means the world to me. This one also makes me laugh. You take steroids. No hate, I just think your quads are too awesome to be true. No. If I took steroids, I'd be like, like I would be huge. No, I do not take steroids. I don't even know, like I know what steroids are, but I don't know like specific names or what they do or how they work, nor do I ever want to know that stuff. I'm not interested. I have no reason to be on steroids. I don't compete. Like what? No, I do not take steroids. This is my favorite one. I assume you're on Team Dwight. Yes, absolutely 110%. Dwight is probably my favorite TV character of every show I've ever watched my whole entire life. Like Team Dwight all the way. I have so many Office little things around my room, or just like shirts, t-shirts, like oh my god, I love The Office. Dwight is my dude. You cuss a lot. Yeah, I try not to on social media, but like in my daily life, not around my parents or my family, but like with my friends and stuff. Yeah, I cuss a fair amount, and not even on purpose. It just kind of comes out of my mouth at this point. Next one, you are not spiritual or religious. I don't really know how to fully answer this. I grew up going to church every single Sunday. I went to a Lutheran church, which is basically like Catholic. We just don't believe in purgatory, and there are like a couple different things about our service, but it's basically the same thing if you didn't know. I stopped going to church after I graduated high school, just because my parents didn't really force me or like make me go anymore, and I do believe in some sort of higher power, like something put me here. Another thing I will say about this, I'm 20 years old. I don't really know what I believe. I don't feel like I've had enough life experiences to say one way or another what I believe, what I don't believe. But yeah, I wouldn't say I 100% agree with everything I was ever taught in church, but I also don't not believe everything I was ever taught in church. I think it's just kind of a mix. I don't really know where I stand. Okay, last question. Your big following sometimes adds to your anxiety. I would say very rarely, like it has before, but it's not like a daily thing that I'm like freaking out about. If anything, sometimes I'll forget to post, or sometimes I'll have anxiety if I like don't have something to post for the day or something like that. But having a big following does not give me anxiety. I will say, when I first started like growing on social media, like right when I was hitting about over the summer, I was like 10, 20K. If somebody was staring at me in the gym, whether they knew who I was or not, I was like so paranoid. I'm like, oh my God, do you know who I am? And it was really weird for me to get used to, because like when I'm at the gym or just like out in public, if somebody gives me a look like they know who I am, whether they say something or not, I kind of get weirded out, because I'm like, you could potentially know so much about my life and I don't even know that you know who I am. So that part is weird, but I don't like really get anxiety about having a big following. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's video. I hope that you guys learned something about me or got something out of this. I really like watching this about other people, and it was really interesting for me to see what you guys think of me and like how I portray myself on the internet. So yeah, I hope that I like kind of changed your perspective on some of the assumptions you may have had of me. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe below. I will catch you in the next one.